Options after RFF back 2 on a guarding opponent, there's not much you can do. Even if the move itself is pretty good, the fact that Hwoarang's tracking is not so good is the reason why you can't do that much. So the best option you can do, right? So it's +4 on block, right? So they can still step a lot of options at +4. So your best option to prevent them from stepping is do 2-4. They can't step this. So again, if we have Hwoarang step, just to demonstrate. So side step left. He's not gonna step that. Side step right. He's not gonna step that. If I even change it to sidewalk, he's not gonna be walking any of these. So this is mainly your best high option. Any jabs for after RFF back 2 will prevent them from stepping. So as you can see, it beat all the step options. And if they attempt, right, so right the first jab whiffed. So if they did a high crushing option while they backdash, fine, they'll win. But if they press a button that isn't a high crush on the second kick, because again, they spent frames on the backdash. So even if they backdash electric, right, assuming your opponent's a Mishima, this could catch. So that's like your main high option for RFF back 2. Most lows will not be steps, so you can just do down back 4. So again, that'll go for all stepping options. So if you want to do a low, this is like your best low to like keep them in check. So you can beat all options again. And then for mids, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because this is where, you know, mids start to lose. So again, sidestep left, both DF1 and DF1 plus 2 lose. And these are your fastest mid options, aside from DF4. And that has no linearity. It's super linear. There is no tracking towards it. So when it comes to mids, you're in trouble, because the only mid you can really use is RFF DF3, which is slow. Because this is only +4, and this is 20 frames. So 20 minus 4 again, that's 16. So there isn't a lot of frames. So again, if they sidestep block, they're safe, and then they can still sidestep interrupt you. They can still press a button, because again, it's only 16 frame move. Mids is more of a mix-up in itself. And I believe this tracks towards one side. Yep, tracks towards the right. So at least if they're stepping towards the right, you can do DF1 and DF1 plus 2. I wouldn't rely on its tracking. I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet on its tracking. So DF1 plus 2 is your better option. Don't press DF1. DF1 plus 2. So that's about it. So high options, RFF 2-4, RFF 2-1, RFF 2, RFF 4. All the high options will go in. At mid options, this is where there's a guessing game. And then for lows, you can just do down back 4.